Hey everyone. I just wanted to jump on here real quickly and officially welcome you to the No More Bullshit Intensive. Um, First of all, I am genuinely excited to do this work with you. Some of you have been in this community or with me for a long while, some of you for a very long while, and some of you are newer. But either way, I know that signing up for something like this is a really, really big decision. It's not like just watching a few videos and going, okay, cool, I learned stuff and now I've moved on, right? This is real work. It is real reflection, but it's also real growth. And I want you to know how much I appreciate the trust that it takes to do this. So this video is just like a quick welcome and a little orientation before our live orientation class on May 31st. I'm also going to be screen sharing and walking you through the student portal in a separate video so you can get familiar with where everything is and how the course is structured. But one of the things I want you to really understand from the beginning is that this intensive is designed to unfold slowly and intentionally. It's not about perfection. It's not about rushing through the levels or trying to like win healing, right? We're building practices, we're building awareness and patterns that actually support long-term change. So let me give you a quick overview of how the class structure actually works. We're going to be meeting each Sunday, 12 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Central, and 9 o'clock Pacific, right? That's the general time frame of when I'm going to set these up. The first week of the month is going to be our main teaching class. It's going to be the longer of the classes. And depending on how it goes, I don't really know exactly yet because I have not actually taught these classes yet. So it may take an hour and a half, might take 2 hours, but kind of, block that chunk of time out of your Sunday for that. Week 2 is the group session. So this is going to be about an hour long ish, half hour to hour, 45 minutes, depending on, how things go in it. And it's going to be more conversational. That's where we talk about what's coming up in the work that you're doing and how things are landing in your real life or realizations that you might have, or, just conversations about the work and what we're doing. And then week 3 and 4 are going to be touch points. So we're all going to meet together for about 30 minutes. And then sometime later in the day will be our one-on-one, where you're with me, just you singly, with me singly, in a one-on-one meeting, where we can really talk about how things are going in your life specifically, how you're progressing through or not progressing through, what are you stuck on, what are you doing great on, that kind of stuff, right? So I'll try to schedule those. You'll either be the one-on-one will either be on the 3rd week or the 4th week. If you have a preference, please let me know. And if you have a preference for time, like I said, that first half hour is going to be a group, all of us meeting together, and that'll be at 12 o'clock, 11, and 9. And rather, we'll have that one-on-one either on the 3rd week or the 4th week. I'm trying to split you guys up so I'm not all day long on calls, right? So if you have a preference for the 3rd or the 4th week, let me know, and I will try to accommodate that. If you have a preference for a different time in the day that you need it, or possibly we can make it a different time of the week, but let's see how that goes. We'll plan for Sunday. We can always work on something else if we have to, right? We got a special thing coming up, I'm happy to reschedule. And then if there's 5 Sundays in a month, then you get a Sunday off. I mean, cool. I think it only happens once or twice, so but it's a day off, right? I think one of them coming up is a holiday. I don't remember what holiday weekend it is, but it's like the 5th Sunday, and I'm like, okay, well, that's cool because that gives you the whole holiday weekend off. Anyway, so everything in this course builds slowly over time. It kind of builds on top of each other and progresses in a very organized and very structured way. I've been building this course for about a year now, and reorganizing it and restructuring it and trying again and saying, okay, that's cool, but this can be better and that can be better. And I need you to understand that this is all kind of built on itself. So what I need is consistency. We are not looking for perfection in getting certain skills and certain things, right? But we are looking for consistency. I need you to show up for yourself in this every week. I need you to be part of the material, right? This is for you. You're paying for it. That's nice, but this is for you. So the more consistently you show up for you, the more you send a signal to yourself that you are committed to this work and that this is going to make the changes in your life. Yes, you can pay me. Yes, you can pencil whip this all you want, right? You want to, oh yeah, I'm doing the work, look at me, ha, 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 and that's cool. That's cool. That's great. Pay me, whatever, and then we'll keep going. But if you want to see the real change, I'm going to need you to really, really make sure that you're reflecting on the questions, that you're putting in the time and you're putting in the effort. This is really up to you. I'm happy to take your money and let you keep doing whatever you're doing, right? Not my life, but it is your life. And this is why we're here, to make those changes that you so desperately want to make. So, um, that's my lecture on that. Okay. So anyway, before the orientation, which will be May 31st, there's two things you need to do. Okay, those two assignments are in the student portal. The little details and the links to get there are in the student portal, but they're also the links are in the email that I'm going to be sending this video out with as well. So you can access them either way. First thing you do is sign into the student portal. Get to know it, figure it out, and watch the video, and that'll help. It's easy. It really is. But, all the details are in there. But the first assignment is your preliminary assessment. You'll find that link, like I said, in the email or in the student portal. And when you get there, I want you to take your time with it. Right? It's not something that you're just going to do in 5 minutes and get on with. Okay. There's real thought in some of those questions. Some of them are very easy. Some of them are kind of like, let me think about this for a bit. And because of that, I have built the assessment so that each of your answers will be stored in your browser um, in case you need to walk away, in case you need to come back to it later and do some more things, right? They're all stored in your browser. When you hit that submit button and send those answers to me, then they'll be taken out of your browser. But in the meantime, if you have to do this in sections and over a course of days, you can. And it should remain in your browser. Now, if you do it on your laptop and then you go to your phone, it's not going to be there because it's not the same browser. Okay. So just, keeping that in mind. If you start this on the phone and then go, oh yeah, no, I want to bring this to a laptop where I can type. Cool. All right. You might also want to just write out the answers and then, or type them out in a Word document and get them right and then put them into the portal, whatever you want to do with it. Anyway, it will save automatically. You do not have to push any buttons to make it save. That's it. If you have any issues with that and that doesn't work for you, please let me know. But in my testing, it worked. So, the second assignment we're going to do, right, is look at the student portal. There is a assignment that is like supplies and preparation or something like that. And it's just a walkthrough of what you'll need to begin this journey, right? It's simple. It's not like massive amounts, hundreds of dollars of stuff that you have to buy. It's like a couple of notebooks or, pencil and pens and stuff like that. But also kind of instruction about the first part of our course is going to be a very simple process of getting up in the morning, setting a timer for 5 minutes, and journaling. Okay. And so because that is coming up, I want you to start thinking about that space where you can do that, where you can have 5 minutes in the morning and where you can have 5 minutes in the evening. A little corner of your room, I don't care, whatever, wherever it is, you got to go outside, get in the garage. I don't know, I don't know your life, right? So just find a little space where you can journal. And that's it. That's your assignment. Fill out the assessment form and look at the supplies list. Okay. Um, the assessment, I'm asking you to submit it a few days before orientation. The supplies list is obviously by orientation day. Again, orientation is on May 31st. It's a Sunday. It is scheduled in the calendar. It is the only thing scheduled in the calendar for right now because I do want a little bit of feedback to make sure that everybody can do this on Sundays. If you have a real problem doing it on Sundays, let me know. If you are fine with doing it on Sundays, but you have a real problem of doing it on one particular Sunday, cool. There will be recordings, right? I'm going to record all the sessions, all the workshop. You can view them later, but honestly, try to be there live as much as possible because that's where you really get the real, that real learning and sharing and opportunities for growing are really in that live those live videos. Um, so this what this whole thing is, right, is really and I know it's been kind of weird. I've had all kinds of stuff, and it's going to be it's pretty extensive. There's a lot of stuff to it, so it's hard for me to explain it and summarize it into a little thing. This is an entire lifestyle change. Okay. You do it in any way that you want to. So the instructions are very broad. Um, and but they're also specific. But I'll give you two or three different ways to do things, right? And you take what resonates and you leave the rest. And it's all very personal. But what it really, really is at its core is creating a space to hear yourself again, right? A space that allows you to notice the patterns in your life, to reconnect to your body, to connect your intuition, to understand your personal energy, how things feel, how your actual life is beneath all that noise that we get from the external, right? Um, the I know I said major changes, and I know I said a lot of things here, but I also know that that can sound scary to some, right? Exciting to others, and for some of you, probably it's a little of both, right? Um, don't be intimidated by the major life changes. It's cool, man, because you're going to be making them on your own, in your own time, when you're ready. If you're not ready, you will set this piece aside until you are, and that's how it's designed. Okay. um so if you feel intimidated, if you're scared, if you're whatever, it's normal. That's normal because you don't even know what I'm going to be telling you, you know um and I don't want you to be like, okay, I got this all figured out, I know all about this. When you get here, right, I need you to be open-minded and to show up honestly, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're dropping the masks. We're showing up honestly. This course is for 8 people. We have 8 students enrolled. Perfect. It is a nice little group of people who have been through some shit, all of you, right? And we will become very close. We will become very comfortable with each other, and we will be sharing some stuff. Um, that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking to be able to share the stuff with others and have them go, yes, I get it. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I've been there or similar, right? Um, I think a lot of us go through life feeling like we're all alone in this stuff, that we're the only one who's experienced this particular thing or this particular thought, and that our thoughts are too dark to share with others or too weird or too whatever, right? But in this group, we are all a little weird. We all have dark thoughts. We have all gone through some stuff. But I believe, from what I know about each of you, that there is incredible light inside of you and there's a incredible capacity to love, and I want you guys to be able to really flourish in that love. Okay. So anyway, you're going to show up honestly and you're going to participate as much as you possibly can. And you're going to let me know if things are going too fast or too crazy or holy cow, this is bringing up some crap I didn't want to bring up, right? You're going to talk to me. You're going to make sure that I understand where you are along the way. Okay, so I can actually help you. Um, Okay, so I think that's probably rattled on enough now. Um, Again, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. I can't wait to get started on May 31st. Um, Complete the preliminary assessment, check out the student portal, look at the supplies and preparations assignment. Um, and I think that might be all of it. Whatever. I know where you are. You know where I am. We can contact each other if I think of something later. I'm going to be sending this out today and Sunday, May 17th. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right. Cool. All right. I'll see you later.